Well, hello everybody, and welcome to my weekly video update. I'm partway through my final run for the week. I'm planning on going 10 miles today, and that will give me 45 miles for the week. Just coming up the mountain from Collins Gap. Here at the overlook now, you can see the lake down there. Beautiful morning, nice sunrise. As I mentioned in my last video, my big goal for 2021 is to run and finish a 100-mile foot race. My first opportunity for that will probably come in March, as long as the race I've signed up for is not canceled because of COVID. So far the training's going well. I need to ramp up mileage pretty quick. Planning on doing 45 miles this week and at least 2 more weeks, and then possibly fit in a few longer runs. In a future weekly update, I'll give a little more detail on how my training is structured between now and the end of March. I'm just getting close to the top of the mountain right now, and I'm just about out of breath. So I'll take a break from talking for a few minutes, and I'll talk to you as I go down the other side. As I promised last week, I want to give you an update on my running goal for 2020 and let you know how that worked out. So the big goal was to run a 5K in less than 20 minutes. And it didn't seem like it was going to be that difficult because I was getting pretty close. I actually wanted to run that sub 20 in 2019, but it didn't quite get there. It turned out to be harder than I thought, and the fastest time I recorded in 2019 was 20 minutes and 35 seconds, and it was at the Strawberry Stampede 5K in my hometown, which interestingly enough is the most difficult one I run as far as terrain. It has a lot of hills, but for some reason that was my fastest one in 2019. So 2020 came, and I decided to focus entirely on that goal. So I started training hard. I made sure I got in tempo runs and speed work every week, long runs, but it turned out the fastest official time I was able to get was 20 minutes in about 12 seconds. And interestingly enough, that was at the same race. I'm backing up a little here because this is an awesome view. You can see the village of Knobsville down here, and part of the Narrows, the dead-end valley that goes up through here. Nice view. This run I'm doing this morning is called the Lake Lasso. That's a name we've given it because it looks that way on the map. If you're interested in learning more about that, I have a video on my YouTube channel that gives you more scenery from this run, and also in the description tells you where to find it if you're local and want to run it. It's also a segment on Strava as well. So back to my 5K goal. About mid-year in 2020, I actually felt I was ready to attempt this, but unfortunately, as you know, 2020 didn't go as planned. There were no 5Ks to run. There's nothing, no in-person races being held. So I think it was in June or July, I'm not sure. One morning, I felt good, so I went out there, and I actually did it in training. I actually ran a 19-minute and 47-second 5K in training, and that's using a GPS watch. So it's a true distance. It was a good indication that I'd met my goal, but I really wanted to make it official. And by the time the 5Ks came around in the fall, there was a few in-person races, but I just didn't seem to get it done. The one was pretty hot and muggy. I fell short on that one. Another one, I thought I should have been able to do it. A nice flat course, but it was a dirt course, and maybe that affected my time a little bit. I fell short then. The next 5K I ran was just after I recovered from COVID, and I still had some lingering fatigue from that. So it just didn't happen in 2020, and because I'm now training for a 100-miler, it's not going to happen the first part of this year either. But hopefully, if I'm successful in running a 100-mile race, then I'm going to drop back and focus again on the 5K and see if I can finally get that official sub 20. So it looks like we're about almost 8 miles in today. I have about 2 miles to go to get back to the truck, and then we run home and grab some breakfast and get off to church. But it's been a great morning to be out. Some mornings, including this morning, I'm a little reluctant to get out of bed, but once you get out here and the sun comes up, you never regret it. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's video. Stay tuned. I'll be trying to do these every week to give you an update on my running and fitness journey. Also, if you would like to follow me on Strava, if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can check the description below. I'll have a link to my Strava profile. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching. See you next time.